Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us here today. As people know, I'm Eddie Joyce, and I'm the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Environment. I'm here today on behalf of my colleague, the Honourable Sherry Gann-Walsh, Minister of Service and L. I'm pleased to be joined by my colleague, Bernie Davis, who's the newly appointed Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Service and L, and also the member for Virginia Waters Pleasantville, and Julian McCarthy. Julian is the Assistant Deputy Minister in Service and L. Today, we are providing an update on automobile insurance review that was announced last month. Reforming auto insurance in this province was a key part of our campaign platform, a promise we made to the people of Newfoundland and Labrador. We heard the concerns of the residents of the province who were finding it difficult to afford the rising cost of automobile insurance. When we formed government, the automobile insurance review was part of my mandate letter as Minister of Service and L and was also incorporated into the way forward. We are undertaking this review as a way to find solutions that will benefit both consumers and the automobile insurance industry. Highway safety is another major priority of our government and a topic I was passionate about as Minister. In February, Minister Tripper brought forward Bill 68, an amendment to the Highway Traffic Act that is set to strengthen the impaired driving rules when the regulations come into effect on September 21st. With these changes, we sent a signal that our government is serious about putting an end to impaired driving in Newfoundland and Labrador. Public safety is a top priority for the government of Newfoundland and Labrador. As such, we're building on the momentum from Bill 68 by including highway safety as a key component of this automobile insurance review. As the former Minister of Service and L, seeking this review come forward is a point of pride for me personally. I was fortunate to be the minister who oversaw the extensive groundwork to be done to prepare for this review. Over the first year, we held numerous meetings with stakeholder groups from the insurance policy industry to hear the perspectives on what issues should be included in the review. More recently, Minister Tripper continued this progress and held meetings with groups including the Taxi Drivers Association to hear their concerns and incorporate them into the review. Now Minister Sherry Gann-Walsh has overseen the latest stage of this review. Today I'm happy to announce that the review is progressing, that the government finalized the terms of reference for the automobile insurance review. The terms of reference set the scope of the review for Service and L and for the Board of Commissioners of Public Utilities. These terms specify the topics that the PUB and Service and L will explore, as well as the format for the review. At this point, I'd like to pass it over to MHA Bernie Davis to explain the details of the terms of reference. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Joyce. It's certainly an important milestone in our government's effort to find solutions to the rising costs associated with automobile insurance in Newfoundland and Labrador. The terms of reference for the review are made up in two phases for the Public Utilities Board and an additional component for Service NL. The first phase of the review will be undertaken by the Public Utilities Board, independent of government, and will consist of a closed claim study into private passenger automobile insurance. This study will look into data from closed insurance claims, which will be provided to the Public Utilities Board by insurance companies. The goal of this study is to identify the causes of increasing insurance costs, and the findings will inform the later stages of our review. Also, as part of Phase 1, there will be a separate closed claim study that will look at the factors that have contributed to rising taxi insurance rates. We've heard the concerns of the taxi industry about the unsustainable burden of high insurance premiums. We have asked the Public Utilities Board to provide recommendations to reduce claim cost and premiums. This includes comparing the current system of applying a deductible to bodily injury claims to a system where non-economic loss for minor injuries would be subject to a cap. In the second phase of this review, we have instructed the Public Utilities Board to assess current private passenger automobile insurance products and recommend possible options to contain costs. They will also explore the standard auto policy coverages in this province to identify ways to reduce and develop an insurance system that better serves the people of our province. Some of the areas that are going to be explored in Phase 2 will include a jurisdictional scan of insurance offerings in other provinces, a review of the mandatory third-party liability limit and determining the rate implications of raising that limit, reviewing whether accident benefits coverage should be mandatory, and reviewing uninsured automobile coverages to seek solutions, reviewing the profitability of the auto insurance industry as well. The Public Utilities Board will hear feedback from the public on ways to improve highway safety in this province as a means to prevent accidents that will in turn drive up rates. Phase 2 will also include public consultations hosted by the Public Utilities Board. Details of these consultations will be announced when they are finalized. Finally, Service NL will undertake additional work under a separate terms of reference. We will also be seeking public feedback on measures to improve highway safety, reduce automobile accidents, and encourage additional companies to enter the insurance market here in our province. We will also be reviewing aspects outside the Public Utilities Board scope, including looking at regulatory tools and legislative changes that will address emerging issues in the auto industry, or auto insurance industry, sorry. Overall, our goal here is to implement recommendations from the people of the province on any aspect of automobile insurance. Our review will provide an opportunity for the people of our province who do not wish to participate in the Public Utility Board's process, but would want to provide input to help us work to modernize this system. Now that the terms of reference are in place, our government has directed the Public Utilities Board to begin the first stages of this independent review. We look forward to receiving the Public Utilities Board's report, which will help inform our work. Our commitment from this review is to implement the necessary changes to the Automobile Insurance Act by the fall of 2018.